Alrighty then. 1 2 1 2. Is this thing on? Alright, fellas. Just 1 sec. 1 second. Alright, friends, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're gonna do a live stream. And yeah, let me know if the music is not too loud. Alright, BDJ, C Davio, whatever your name is, 1505. Ethereum all day. Alright. There is some fire in your hearts still. Yeah. Alright. W's in the chat if you can hear me. If the music is not too loud, drop me some signs. Any signs. Also, my internet is pretty shitty. So if we're gonna experience a lag, just try to imagine that you're listening for some kind of, I don't know, podcast or something. I'm not going to do a lot of those drawings today, so I hope so that none of this will lag. Alright, 45, negative 50. Alright, yo. Oh my god, you were so active, to be honest. Alright, friends. Today, we'll talk about, first of all, what is going on. What is going on with ETH? What is going on with the Bitcoin based on the market structure? Bitcoin failed. My bullish scenario failed, but that bullish scenario, once again, was from the trading perspective. And we haven't seen a bounce on that key level. Of course, we respected the key level, but of course, I'm going to jump on the wider, one. So just bear with me. Solana, AVAX, Ethereum, Bitcoin, those are the top dogs that I'm keeping my eyes on. But once again, bullish scenario fail, and unfortunately, I couldn't react at this one to open another buy long position. I thought we can see some kind of, I don't know, bounce. So that would be according everything to the plan to retest that supply, that resistance at the top here, and then another rejection. But yeah, right now, according to my plan, I mean, everything is going a little bit lower. We haven't seen a bounce, but of course, if you remember my previous market update, I do expect for the Bitcoin to go at the 200 EMA or at some point at those massive on the weekly time frames demand zones, or those important key levels. Still, let's jump right now on the wider picture. Of course, if we're gonna experience a lag, just let me know, fellas. You aren't with you're on this with me together. We are together with this one. So, all right. Let me just double check what is going on in the chat. I want to spend this day, couple of hours or maybe 1 hour alongside with you fellas to bleed together in the crypto market. And of course, we're gonna talk. Yes, once again, we're gonna talk about all of those important key levels, about the market structure, what I do expect from the Bitcoin in the upcoming days or weeks. Of course, we're going to take a look on Ethereum. Of course, I can announce once again all of those important key levels on Ethereum, the ones that I'm paying attention to buy some more ETH. Of course, Solana. Of course, I'm going to talk about the good news for me. I don't know how about you, but the good news on Ethereum and Solana. So just bear with me. From the trading perspective, of course, crypto market looks shitty right now. Everything looks absolutely... Your favorite altcoin looks like a trash. Can close or wait? All right, let me just double check before I'm gonna dive into this mess. What is going on with the live chat? All right. Yo, will it touch 75? Well, yeah, according to the plan, 75 is very realistic. It could possibly go, yes, BTG. Can I close or wait? No one is gonna say you to close or when to start buying and when to start selling. Nothing in here is a financial advice. Once again, my job as a trader is to react, adapt to the situation, try to build a short or long position, and that's it. My job is to make money and bounce. Right now on the Bitcoin, especially on the Bitcoin, I cannot see any quite decent key levels. The one key level that I thought we can bounce, and we can bounce a little bit harder than we see, is this key level at approximately 92k, which was CME gap, as you already know, and another retest to the upside, because as I mentioned, you fellas, I'm expecting a turbulence as we saw on the previous falling wedge pattern. But right now, yeah, like a falling knife pattern, everything is going straight to the downside. And why this pattern failed? That's because on the weekly time frame, the one that I mentioned you, we broke 50 EMA, which is absolutely bearish in this case. So that is why we see this dramatic bounce and nothing play out. But technically, from our absolutely lows to our highs, we're right now facing this premium zone. But it seems in the crypto market, in my opinion, this is a perfect level to open maybe a small buy long position, because this is the zone that has the best scenario to start bouncing back up, to see some kind of retest, maybe to bounce back up to retest 92 once again. But those key levels on the Bitcoin not that clean and not look great in my opinion, because yeah, we're facing the premium zone. But where was I? But once again, we always, well, me personally, you do understand that I like to trade based on the trend lines, and every single time when we have more and more data, I mean, I'm always dragging those trend lines asses and trying to connect more of the touch points. And I mean, we cannot see clearly, even if I'm gonna connect all of those bottoms, I cannot see clearly where the Bitcoin could start bouncing back up. It's just like straight away. And the main demand, the main support in my eyes right now, that sits at approximately $90,000. In total, from the top to this bottom would be approximately, yeah, let's just say 40% drawdown, which is quite a good. I mean, nothing great, nothing terrible. But on the weekly, let me just, all of those drawings, get rid of them. On the weekly, as we talked, once again, of course, we don't have enough data. Let me just double check. If we're gonna experience a lag, just let me know. Right now, once again, every single time, as I mentioned in my raw videos, which I quite enjoy making them, every single time we're printing those impulsive candles, as we have here, every single freaking time, one way or another, price is going in your, let's just call it like a fair value gap, all right? Every single time, price likes to retest those gaps. Right now, we broke to the 50-day moving average, or like right now at this point, weekly moving average. It's very hard for me to believe that Bitcoin is going to be strong enough to see some kind of bounce back up in this week, in the upcoming days. So there's like nothing new on the Bitcoin except the fact that we're extremely bearish. But once again, from those bottoms and experiencing this drawdown, I forbid you and start whinging about this whole bearish thing, because we have an incredible year. We have an incredible year, like not even the 1 year, 2 years, so let's just say 3 years right away. We had incredible rally, and right now by seeing this dump, I mean, for me, this is my point of view, everything looks normal. This is great. For me, that likes to own more Bitcoin, I like to see a drawdown or whatever to get cheaper Bitcoin. So that is pretty much it. From the trading perspective, I won't be trading Bitcoin right now. Only on the weekly time frame. If you missed my video, the raw one that I uploaded on my YouTube, you can go and check it out. This pretty much basically everything is the same. Everything is the same still according to my original plan, waiting for the Bitcoin to reach this demand that we let's just see created and form during previous 2024 summer. And that would be my scenario. I'm not gonna mention you all the scenario all over again. You can go and watch that video, but all I want to talk about in this live stream about trading and reaccumulating more in the lower price. So once again, I'm looking on this demand. If the Bitcoin is going to reach, I'm going to accumulate more Bitcoin. But from the trading perspective, I cannot open a short or a sell position at this point because there's no like decent market structure. And of course, on the daily time frame, 250-day moving average, we're seeing a death cross, which is shit. Everything is going straight to hell, So for me to open another sell short, we need to see some kind of bounce and retest some kind of supply zone for me to open a nice short swing position. So that is pretty much it. Bitcoin charts doesn't look that clear from the trading perspective, but this is just me. Maybe your trading strategy is a little bit different, but based on my trading strategy, I cannot see anything clear. Maybe this one was the perfect zone for you to enter a short because we broke the whole structure once again. We retested the zone and yeah, drawdown. But of course, at this point, we were strong believers that the Bitcoin could start bouncing back up and we're gonna get back inside the bull rally. But it is what it is. I never were a fan of trading Bitcoin that aggressively as I like to trade Solana, Ethereum, and other altcoins. But that is pretty much it. This is my simple overview on Bitcoin. Completely trash. Everything is going to the downside. And at this point, I'm not going to accumulate more Bitcoin because for me, it is not worth to open my wallet. I'm going to start accumulating when we're going to see that retest. Of course, I don't want to do that much drawing because I know my internet is shit. So whenever we're going to reach those impulsive candles that represent, of course, we're already like trying to retest them. When we're going to start retesting those impulsive moves, when we represent a buying power or a buy power, whatever. So then I would like to, and everything would be like irrational for me, you know, like negative 40% drawdown. Yeah, it's time to buy some more. Not now, fellas. I don't want to do that. You can do a dollar cost average, but when I'm buying, I mean, I'm buying with a strong amount. So I don't do that $1,000, $2,000 DCA every week, or I just like to buy with bigger chunks. If Bitcoin drops to 50s again, it would be a blessing and best chance to buy again for cheap. Yes, that is what everybody wants. But I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to reach 50s because this is just my personal opinion. Because every single time Bitcoin, when we jump straight into the bear market, most of the time, we retesting those previous bull markets, let's just say tops. So 50%, 60, every single time retesting those previous bull market tops. So then again, my question is to you, fellas. If the Bitcoin is going to go to 50s that you said the thing that you said right now, what is that going to do with the altcoins? Well, as I mentioned in my previous video, not on a live stream, I mean, we're gonna jump straight into a survival mode on majority of those altcoins. For those who are gonna survive, they're gonna thrive in the next bull rally. So this is just my personal opinion. There's like nothing here to talk on the Bitcoin, especially that we broke the whole structure when going straight to the downside. In general, what I wanted to say is that I don't need to analyze everything just like right now, try to see all of those important key levels. All of those important key levels I already mentioned you like twice, 5 times, 10 times. Like I'm mentioning you every single day. But the main thing is that we need to find some kind of low, some kind of base, and we need to start forming something in order for me to understand where the price is going towards where. But because right now I cannot see anything. Are we going to see some kind of retest? And don't mind at those 50 and 200 day moving average, but let's just stick with the market structure. Are we gonna start retesting and print a right shoulder as I mentioned you? And we're gonna go straight to the, like here? God damn it. Stupid arrows. And that would be like educated guess. Perfect, like, I mean, like a rational one. It looks like it could do that. And also, sorry fellas, I'm a little bit sick, so yeah, just trying to do my best. Just trying to take off some things from my chest, because out of my chest, because I want to mention you and discuss about a lot of things, and to get more closer with my audience on YouTube, because once again, I'm going full-time on YouTube. So this is just my educated guess on what I wanted to show you. So on the weekly time frame, once again, from the trading perspective, I'm not trading Bitcoin because I'm not trading on the 5-minute time frame like a madman. I'm waiting on the higher time frames for the market to form something for me. Then I'm jumping into a buy long or sell short position. That's it. If I miss the trade, I miss the trade. If there's like a decent trading opportunity, I'm announcing my trading plan inside my whale room, and then I'm trying to prepare my plan into position sizing and all of it. Like, then I'm trying to work on the exchange, like on Bybit, on Bluefin, if it makes sense to you. So, but screw Bitcoin, let's jump straight into Ethereum, because Ethereum has way more interesting topics and way more cleaner levels, in my eyes, that we need to talk about. First of all I'm gonna say is that this is just my quick overview, that when the Ethereum found its top, and right now we're bleeding in about negative 40%, why the hell nobody was talking about this phase? All I just wanted to ask you, why nobody was talking about this bloody phase that we had here? Nobody was talking. Everybody was just like kept screaming that the altcoin season is coming soon, don't worry about it. But right now, the market sentiments and the fear just shift into a whole different level. But my point is that we were bleeding inside this phase on Ethereum for about, until we found the bottom, at approximately 3 months. So how about we need also 3 months from the top? Let me just double check. I'm just doing this live. I have no idea where this thing can go. Maybe we can start forming in 3 months something also bullish, because Ethereum is facing, and right now on the Bitcoin, yes, we're facing that premium zone, and on Ethereum, we're facing this beautiful support where we have the most touch points and the previous rejections. This is the zone where I want to see some kind of bounce, and then I can jump on the lower time frame and to start searching for the break of structure. Because right now, even on like on the 30-minute time frame, on the 15-minute time frame, we cannot see. God damn it, we cannot see the break of structure. Maybe here, but that was just like a fake out. Lower lows, lower highs. Everything is going straight to the downside, even on a freaking lower time frame. There is no indicator for me jump into a buy long, if we're talking about crypto. But the good thing is, let me just open a cleaner charts on Ethereum. So that would be like a good news, like for me. I don't know how about you, but let me just double check on what is just this thing, guys. All right. What it's about. All right. The good news are, if Ethereum is gonna keep moving, tops, bottoms, or let's just call those type of bottoms, from the trading perspective, I won't mind if the Ethereum is gonna keep I don't know, moving inside this range, even on the freaking higher, higher time frame, it doesn't matter. It does absolutely nothing. But if the Ethereum just moves every single time from $5,000 back to 1.5, 1.4, 1.2, all of those lows, I mean, from the trading perspective, that's quite nice, because why I'm trading Ethereum. So in general, because the Ethereum respects my trading strategy, and the trading strategy works pretty decent on Ethereum. I cannot read, based on my trading strategy, Bitcoin in the same way I'm reading Ethereum. So that is why the good news for me. I don't know how about you, but according to the supply and demand trend lines, I mean, I'm quite happy. Of course, I'm still have my leftovers of the Ethereum that I'm kept holding through this entire time. Of course, I secure my gains. I announced that publicly, that I secure my gains from 4.5 to 4.9k, which I'm extremely happy. I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna accumulate the shit out of it when we're gonna see some kind of bottom, and when we're gonna see those retests at those impulsive gaps. I mean, I'm buying. Sorry, friends, but I'm buying. I don't care what you're saying, but so yeah, the good thing is, from the trading perspective, that we can see some kind of action on Ethereum, no matter in what direction we're going to, up or down, long, short, it doesn't matter. But Ethereum, I don't know, just look at the market structure, the smoothness. Everything looks pretty decent, even with based on the trend lines. Look at this respect. Look at this respect. Everything is just like, oh my god. For me, it cleans. It is clean, not cleans, but money flow is just like going, everything is going to the downside. Maybe we're gonna see another red phase, but this is not important. So in general, all I'm gonna say is that I'm happy that Ethereum is still moving like this, because from the trading perspective, because we can adapt to the situation, I can trade Ethereum without any stress. I can trust my technical analysis and jump into all of those trades. So that is pretty much it. There's nothing here to talk about. Also, Solana looks pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Market structure looks pretty similar as Ethereum's. I mean, the smoothness on the charts, in my eyes. Of course, unlucky. I thought that Solana may retest those levels, and we can go straight into a sell short, but I couldn't see proper retest, so yeah, that was like a missed one. But yeah, from the swing highs and lows, golden zone and the premium zone was retested, but I wanted to see that key level, a retest at the key level. So, and also Solana also cannot break that stupid structure in order to fly just a bit higher. So still, we are on the hunt. We're still waiting for the market to give any signs for us. Because for those who just joined, of course, fellas, if you like my content, smash a like. That would be awesome. I would be super happy if you could do that. So, those live streams, I mean, these live streams that I'm shooting right now, those live streams has like absolutely no purpose. I'm just sharing my thoughts. I'm just sharing you my potential trading plans that I'm gonna announce, I don't know, maybe in a few days. But the thing is that crypto market looks shit, and your favorite altcoin looks like absolutely shit. And after this crash, I would never touch an altcoin ever again, because I'm gonna be honest. All right, step by step, what I want to talk about in this live stream also. Comment down below right now. I mean, comment in the chat that what was the most famous target point during this bull rally for the Bitcoin? What was the stupid, like a target point, 150, 200? What was the most famous target point? Please drop your thoughts. Well, I mean, any of you that you heard something online, what was the most famous target point for the Bitcoin that everybody keep screaming? Friends, if I'm not mistaken, the most famous target point was 150. 150, some of those people during in my YouTube shorts that I kept posting, were trolling me that they're gonna stick to their game plan and they're gonna... I agree with you, the most famous lista. I mean, don't listen to me either. I mean, don't listen to me. Don't listen to none of them. Learn about the market structure, learn about what is rational, what is not, and stick to your game plan. Do not listen for those. That is why I was extremely cautious and I was like telling you guys to secure freaking gains. Because from the bottom, 700% rally, that is more than enough. I mean, well, of course, if you're holding Polkadot or some of those altcoins, you're pretty dead right now. But the thing is, the most famous target point was $150,000 or $200,000 this cycle. How many times I mention you, if the masses are kept screaming, that this cycle you'll see 200k Bitcoin or 150k, most likely this scenario won't play out. I mean, so we learn once again, if this is the top, because we don't know that, we can only, well, thank you BDJ, 175, you saw 175. So what did we learn this cycle? Previous cycle was everybody was screaming 100k. This cycle, everybody was screaming 150, 175. So every single time, if the masses are screaming that this scenario will play out, most likely it won't happen. That is why I was cautious on the altcoins, in the all altcoin ecosystem. I mentioned it like numerous times. I don't know if I need to mention this all over again, because if everybody keeps screaming that the altcoin season is coming soon, so we're filthy rich, we can go to the banks, take a bunch of loans, like tons of them, can take all of that free money, borrow some more money from our family members and friends, and to invest into those altcoins, because we're like 100% like sure and we're confident that the altcoin season is coming soon and we're going to be filthy rich. Because if those altcoins are going to start flying, it's going to be like 10,000s of percent, thousands of percent rallies to the upside, and we're filthy rich. We're flying to the moon, digging the spot, taking all that money and leaving, then coming back to Earth. So that means like everything is just like not rational. That is why I'm the stupidest influencer every single time. 2 years in a row I was like, fellas, secure gains, we don't know how far this can go, and like, be safe, secure gains, be a smart trader, learn how to survive, focus on the capital preservation. And everybody was like trolling me. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was actually speechless. Well, whatever. I'm going to stick to my game plan. Of course, as I mentioned you before, that I'm still have, for example, if I'm holding Ethereum, what I wanted to say is that I'm still going to keep holding 1 to 5% of my Ethereum bags in that stupid narrative, in that stupid belief that Ethereum can reach $10,000 this cycle, for example, which is not irrational. But what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong and this scenario play out, which is not realistic? I'm still gonna keep holding, because what if I'm wrong? Because at some point I can't be wrong. There's no such thing as being. That is why I don't like those diamond hand things. I like to trade, I like to adapt, react, make money, and bounce. That is why I don't like the crypto community. Is just like sports. You have your team, you're rooting, for example, XRP army, Ethereum army, this and this and that, which is, it's nonsense, fellas. So what did we learn this cycle? That if the masses are screaming, most likely the scenario won't play out. Happened all over again. If that was this is the top. If it's not, who knows? Maybe Bitcoin, because we have a lot of institutions, a lot of big players that are playing the same game, is going to start moving like some kind of S&P 500. Who knows? Maybe we won't see those cycles, those drastic ones all over again. And we don't need to suffer for 3 years in the bear market. Everything is going to start shredding to the upside quite soon. I have no idea. Ethereum, if you remember my live stream, for those who are following me 2-3 years, because that's when I started this YouTube channel, I mentioned you, Ethereum, see, let's just go on the Bitstamp. All right. I was wrong about one scenario, so I'm not gonna lie. I was wrong, but if I'm wrong, then I'm still having some leftovers to secure like bigger gains. I told you numerous times that I do believe, based on the market sentiments, that all of those investors are sick and tired of waiting for those promising Ethereum target points. And whenever we're gonna reach $4,000, because in my understanding, $4,000 was our all-time highs. Don't take this $1,000 rally to the upside as a whatever. I mean, this rally in my eyes as a trader is just like some kind of liquidity grab, where still there's like a bunch of people jumping into this buy along or buying Ethereum because they believe that Ethereum is going to go like absolutely nuts into $7,000. Every single time we're reaching this round psychological number of, okay, not like all-time highs, but round psychological number, $4,000 Ethereum. Every single freaking time we're reaching $4,000. The price gets rejected from this psychological number because big players are starting to sell. We're going to the downside. So I told you fellas that after this one, we're gonna go straight into the 4K. I thought that we're gonna get rejected again, because investors, all of those investors, are sick and tired of waiting of those promises. So they're just securing their gains at those round psychological numbers. But then after a breakout, reality to the upside, I secure even more gains, and then rejections at the all-time highs. I don't know why, but those are just my process of thoughts, like simple and logical explanation why I'm buying and what I'm selling. Simple and logical explanation. I don't need to take a look at those, fearing greed indicators. I don't need to look at those, like, altcoin season index indicators. I don't give a damn about those things. I'm just trying to read from what is rational and from what is not, and based on the market structure. That's it. That's it. Already on run. It's perfect. Yeah, close above. All right, fellas. But the thing is, I don't want to be the guy who's just like, I told you so, because I'm not. I do mistakes every single time. I can do mistakes. Don't listen to me, fellas. If you think that I'm wrong, if you think that I'm right, that you think that I'm right every single time, if you're gonna put the trust in me, one day I'll be wrong. If I'm gonna be wrong, I'm gonna be wrong big. So don't trust me, fellas. Always use your brain. Our job is to make money and bounce. There's no predictions, only probabilities, and we're reacting at those important key levels and just trying to make money. That's it. That's it. I don't care if the Ethereum is gonna go to $10,000. I'm gonna buy some more when the time is right. I'm gonna start securing my gains if everything's gonna start pumping. And I don't care if the Ethereum one day or another reach $10,000. But look at those altcoins. They're doing absolutely nothing. So maybe Ethereum will never breach that wall of those all-time highs, almost $5,000. Who knows? Who knows the future? For those who are saying that they know the future, they're liars. You cannot predict the future. You just can't. All right, and the thing is that I don't like to see all over the social media when people are screaming that I told you so, which is just absolutely bullshit. Everybody's screaming that I told you so when you said what? You said nothing. You just kept screaming 5 videos in a row that Bitcoin will reach $500,000 this cycle, and only one video in all of those tens of videos you just posted, it is a good thing to secure your gains, and then everything just started dropping, and you just gonna pretend and said, I told you fellas to secure your gains. I was right about it. No, god damn it. This is like a topic that can go for 2-3 hours. We can discuss about all of those stupid freaking influencers that says, and they not eating their words. All right, we're gonna do. And so yeah, in general, all I'm gonna say for those who are still watching, crypto market looks shit. Ethereum and Solana, based on the market structure, looks good. Not because of the bullish or bearish market structure, but on the smoothness that I can trade. So I'll be like quite alright if we're jumping into the bear market. So I don't care. I still be able to trade based on my trading strategy. Bitcoin, I don't want to trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin, let's just do its thing. Let's just use a Bitcoin as a compass in the middle of the forest to look where we can see, where we can start seeing some kind of potential rebound on all of those juicy demand zones. And yeah, so that is pretty much it. Right now, because BDJ is one of our favorite fans, what the hell am I talking about? One of the biggest fans. One of you inside my, I'm not trading gold at this moment, but one of you inside my whale room just asked for a technical analysis and I just gave it to you. Just like, use it, it's absolutely free, supply and demand. Well, not free, but just, yeah, in general, gold right now looks like it's, let me just, all of those drawings, what is going on with the gold? Based on, let's just jump on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, on a higher time frame, gold is struggling to grow through this. Am I seeing the same pattern that we saw here? Can we start like moving sideways on gold until we're gonna find some kind of in what direction gold want to go? But right now, all I'm seeing that after this impulsive movement and like technically, yeah, we cannot create a higher high, but right now I'm seeing a shit ton of supply here. So basically, by looking at all of those magnet zones on the gold, definitely are resistance. And let me just double check on the what if we can start bouncing from, this is a 4-hour time frame. If you're trading on the lower time frame, just jump on the lower time frame. I couldn't care less. Maybe this type of scenario. Where the hell is my... Oh. Are we experiencing a lag, fellas? Yep, experiencing a lag. Maybe we can start retesting, but all of those important key levels also has been... If the price would sit at approximately here, I would say that the gold has a chance to rally and get rejected from this resistance. But right now, cannot see gold's next move. We can start shooting like this until we're gonna retest some kind of supply. I have no idea, because right now gold is also in some kind of uncertainty. What the hell? What is this price action? It's absolutely white. Nothing. So yeah, in general, gold looks like it has a chance for a rebound to some kind of upside, and once again to retest a supply. But then again, after reaching those all-time highs, I want to see actually the correlation. If the Bitcoin is dropping hard, gold right now is doing absolutely nothing. So it's hard for me to decide what to do next if I were trading gold. Who, me? Or you have a brain damage or what? AI. I'm not AI. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh my god. So yeah, zero thoughts, zero trading plan on gold, but all right, leftovers on Ethereum. I lost a ton of money on AVAX, and Toncoin is bleeding as well. Those are my two big boys from the altcoin sector that I'm losing all of the shit that I have. But no worries. We'll come back strong. A bull flag. Nah, I'm kidding as well. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. Are you talking about this stupid bull flag? This is just like, not like a flag, it's just like pennant. Pennant from those trading pattern manual. Oh my lord. See, Davio. Let's jump on this shit. Let's jump on this bastard. Jesus freaking Christ. This is a perfect indicator of what is happening with the technology, with the government. Maybe, I don't know, this is just my personal opinion about like all the shit that is going on in the crypto space. So I don't know if this thing correlates with what the UK announced, that they're gonna track every single KYC wallet in the UK. So that is maybe a lot of people are and all of the investors, they want to feel safe and start to invest into Zcash. Maybe because of this, because of the regulation type of thing. But Zcash, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, fellas. I'm gonna be honest. I gave you a freaking call to that there's like a perfect setup at around here on Zcash. Look where we are right now. But also, I failed of shorting this thing few times, or 3 times. I start to short, I secure my gains, my stop loss been triggered, back to, I don't know, got some few dollars, that's it, walked away. Start to short for the second time, same scenario. Start to short for the third time, also small freaking gains, and my stop loss after I'm trying to break even, if my stop loss is going to be triggered, and securing some of the little portions, I'm just getting like knocked out, and this thing just keeps pumping. This thing just keeps pumping on a daily time frame. This is just like no divergence. Money flow just keeps pumping into the market. Zcash is absolutely G. And right now, Jesus freaking Christ. This thing can start rallying up like crazy based on those explosive patterns. Higher lows. Jesus. Are you freaking kidding me? If all right, from the simple degen retail trader perspective, no, I just don't believe this thing can go from $1,300. This is just like, can you imagine this coin was at some point $4,000 or $5,000? Am I wrong? You should be asking me this. You shouldn't be asking me this, bro. If the Zcash would sit at around here, not when we are at the top here, because no one knows that. No one freaking knows that how far we can go. When we are breaking through those patterns and whatever data we have on the charts, what is the most data we had on Alright, just imagine that based on the charts, this is our all-time highs, which is not. After breaking those key levels, there's like nothing in front of us. There's no data. We can only speculate how far we can go. If you bought and you kept longing from the bottom, if you're not taking your chips off the table, this is stupid. But yeah, this is a wild card. That is why I like crypto. Someone is gonna ask me, why are you not trading gold? Why are you not trading Forex? Because crypto is way more fun. Look what is going on. Crypto is just like going inside teams. You're like XRP fanboy. For example, I'm an Ethereum guy and everybody's picking their teams and we're fighting with each other online. Just fake gurus, fake promises, fake this. Like a wild west. Rock pools, meme coins. This is absolutely insane. I just love this game. That's it. And yeah, I'm telling you, target is around 900 and bye as usual. We'll see. All right, $900 based on what? Based because this is like a round psychological number, because you mark those levels, because you're gonna end up in the juicy profits in the round ones. Right now, you start calculating your gains, unrealized gains, that you'll have this much money and you can sell everything and walk away. So I have no idea what were you talking about here? What is your game plan? I have no idea based on what ground rules you're thinking that this thing can go goes from 900. All right, fellas. What is going on in All right. All right, fellas, for those who are watching, can you smash a like? That would be awesome because it costs you absolutely nothing. And once again, we can attract more people from YouTube. And let me announce this on my Telegram because a bunch of people are still sleeping. They're still sleeping as always. My Telegram is just like during the bear market, when there's like some kind of crisis in the market, everybody's just like leaving. They don't have a diamond balls. Alright. Source, trust me? Alright. Source, trust me. Alright, fam. Have more questions. More questions. Let's just do Q&A. So once again, what did we learn from this live stream? That you need to always secure gains, because to believe in stupid promises it is stupid. Ethereum and Solana looks great from the swing trading perspective. I love it. I don't care how low Bitcoin can go from here. I just don't care. If it goes, it goes. We already did our technical analysis on those raw videos. So for those who missed, go and watch it. There's like plenty of videos on my YouTube, all of those trading plans, because this live stream is just like I'm brainstorming on what is going on and just quickly do a Q&A, because it feels that we have to do some kind of live stream, you know? I haven't been jumped on the live stream since like, what, 1 month? Huh? So Zcash just ripped. Jesus. Let me just double check on what is going on in the chat. If you don't have no more, if you haven't like blah. Next Zcash. Some of those nicknames on YouTube, I mean, all of those YouTube users are like, I know them. What you think Bitcoin until support? Until it's gonna find the support, I think we can keep seeing this falling knife pattern. Look at this when we printed a right shoulder. Look what happened. Jesus, like in the previous bear market, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks in a row. Red weeks. Oh my Jesus Christ. I don't want to get back into this depression phase. I just don't. Because here's the thing, when you're keep longing and you're trying to open your buy long position, buy long positions after a breakout, we're finding a demand, opening a buy long, and then this and this, then kapow, starts rallying up. Some of those pullbacks, rally, pullback, finding another demand, and yeah, you're securing your gains. That's pretty much it. When it comes to shorting, everything happens fast. You know, my biggest regret during this rally was, and you already know that is why I refuse to, let's just bear with me. I just want to show you what I wanted to say is that on the daily time frame, that one, if I remember correctly, on the 4-hour time frame, that was the best short opportunity I could ever identify it. And this is the biggest regret that I have right now. Because I was thinking too bullish. Yeah, I was like a bull guy on Ethereum. So that is like, trust market structure. I have zero thoughts. I don't give a shit what everybody's saying. Market structure. Screw all of those promises. Also, screw Twitter. Just delete that app. It makes me nuts. It makes me go crazy every single time I'm seeing all of those fake promises. And whenever I'm dropping a technical analysis, if you want to join, just go and follow me on Twitter. Whenever I'm posting some technical analysis or a trading plan based on I don't know, whatever, based on any of those coins, everybody just keeps like, there's a lot of bots who are bringing this FUD into that project just to hype it up so the people can see it and to buy and create that liquidity, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, things happen. Similar forward pass like draw, show M, then bull, will bull into the right. Jesus Christ, fellas, I don't want to be rude, but every single time if you're like want to ask me something, it's a good time to use a chat GPT and to fix your mistakes. Things happen, you know? Stop loss been triggered. If you open at that point back in 2020, and that's it. I mean, just who cares? You're gonna build another trading plan. Just follow your trading plan. Supply and demand, my friends. Supply and freaking demand. And also comment right now in the chat if there's no lag. Just comment no. Like there's no lag in this live stream. Alright, BDJ, so what did ChatGPT told you? What is the future price? Bitcoin. Oh, thank you. Alright, thanks, friends. The thing is, about on ETH, I cannot ignore this impulsive movement. I just cannot. This whole gap between $2,000 and 1.8, we have a very strong buying power. And my original plan, where I'm accumulating more from approximately here, I could be wrong. ETH can easily go to below 2,000. Easily. But if I'm gonna do my math correctly, from taking all of those gains, Jesus Christ, if I'm gonna reaccumulate Ethereum and I'm gonna start calculating the money that doesn't exist in my pocket, if we're gonna reach even those previous 100, oh my god, I'm just gonna double my money. Or maybe we can go even lower, huh? Who knows, fellas? In my eyes, what do you think about this about this fall? Easy. We broke the whole structure from the trading perspective. Market structures changed from that manipulation move. And I mentioned, you fellas, that after we saw that shake off or whatever you want to call it, after this one, I had no idea. Let me just zoom out. After we printed this impulsive supply shock, that manipulation, I had like zero thoughts at that moment that, oh my god, the market structure just changed. We broke everything below us, and I have there's no such pattern in my head right now. What could we form in order to fly higher on the Bitcoin? After I saw this flash crash, what is this like? Was something related with the Binance? Or if I'm mistaken, just comment in the live chat. So my thoughts was, I was like shifting right away into the bearish mode. And that is why on ETH, I even closed some of my gains on even the lower price. So that was a great decision. Jesus Christ. Ethereum, I'm using spot and also trading with leverage. But right now, I wasn't that active in trading because I'm building inside the whale room. I'm building also a masterclass, so I have a lot of things to do. And there was like no decent setups to trade ETH. Only probabilities like with no strong background, like there's like nothing in the market. In my opinion, for those who are just keep posting on Instagram stories that they keep I don't know, keep longing, keep shorting, and they're just trading and they're super successful traders, I have no idea, fellas, from where you're trading. I have no idea. Always use a daily or a 4-hour time frame. Those are the plays where all of the juices are, and in the crypto market, those time frames, from my experience, if someone is going to ask me what kind of time frames you're using, I'm using only higher time frames because my win rate is better than for me to scalp and to stay active because I have things to do. I don't want to be that active every single day. Oh my god, I'm gonna wake up in the London and New York session. I try to do that, like just bite me in the ass. Daily time frame. And why did I actually, to be honest, why did I lose my latest trade on ETH? I mean, where was it? I tried to long and I tried to fought for what? For $4,000 on the lower time frame. I was just like, Jesus Christ, everything looks good. We're planning to shift into the bullish market structure, whatever. When the data on the higher time frame was completely broken, and I totally ignore this indicator. Trend lines, fellas, works in the market where you understand your environment, and when we respect those trend lines, the more touch points we have, the more confirmation we have. I totally freaking ignored those type of moves. So that sucks. Yeah, trend lines rules. All right, how many likes we have? And also live streams. Those people who were saying, oh my god, do more live streams. Live streams were, I had the purpose to do a live streams to record every single big move that Ethereum is right now accumulating on, like just like printing a potential big move, because we were tracking everything what is going on the Ethereum's price action until we're going to reach $4,000. Same thing we did on the Bitcoin. We tried to hunt on every single live stream on a higher time frame when the Bitcoin was making and we're printing a bullish market structure. Well, according to after the breakout, we're going to start seeing a rally or not. So my goal, I mean, I completed my goal and Bitcoin reached 100K and ETH 4K. As I announced, I'm not celebrating until Ethereum is not reaching $4,000. Until we're going to reach $4,000, then I'm going to be like, it's peaceful. It's going to be peaceful. I completed my task. I completed my mission according to my plan. So that is it. And those live streams, we need to discuss and we need to think about what can we do with this YouTube option about doing all of those live streams, you know? What can we do? Should I start doing those live streams when I'm in a live trade? Should I do more educational live streams? Should I do more this and more that? I need to post this. I need to post this on my Instagram story, but who cares? Yeah, fellas. Not enough likes, not enough hype in the crypto market. So, yep. So once again, I was not planning to celebrate until Ethereum is going to reach $4,000. Ethereum reached that $4,000, I started to secure my gains and I started to celebrate. Almost reached $5,000. That's it. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but Jesus Christ. Gabriel, just stop it. Alright, fellas. In general, Solana and Ethereum market structure looks great. If we're entering a bear market, I don't care. I'm gonna be fine doing those swing trades. And Bitcoin, I don't care actually about the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, this whole drawdown, this whole correction, for me, in my eyes, it is healthy. I have no idea what else to say. It is healthy. I've been saying this for, I don't know, for many years, that I'm trying to be cautious because I don't believe that everything is gonna play out the same way as it played out in the previous cycles. But according to the 250-day moving average, we're below 50, which is not great. Every single time, I mentioned in my previous video, whenever we're below 50 EMA, we're jumping into a bear market. And every single time, 200-day moving average is also like pretty respectful retested. That is perfectly aligns with this accumulation phase. So I'm just keeping my eyes on the Bitcoin. Actually, in general, maybe I will buy Bitcoin, maybe I won't. I mean, maybe I'm gonna buy more ETH, maybe I'm gonna go a little bit more crazy and gonna buy some kind of altcoin with a stupid promise. I'm gonna lose all of my money, so I have no idea. Of course, this cycle, Bitcoin just showed us that the Bitcoin is the truth, the Bitcoin is the future, but who knows? I mentioned in my previous video that right now during this bear market phase, that if the altcoins are going to start bleeding even more, we're going to put those altcoins into some kind of survival mode. But I could be wrong. Maybe the altcoin is going to have this separate bull rally right now. I don't know. Everything is way overextended. Maybe the next year, the Bitcoin is going to go just like sideways, like a stock in the stock market, like quite easily, quite nice and quite smoothly with the price action, and Ethereum is going to start reaching new all-time highs. Who knows? I don't know that. You don't know that. But based on the market structure and the data that we like to trade, we are in the bear market, and yeah, I'll be fine. There's just like everything is, when everybody's screaming right now on Instagram that, oh my god, this and that, oh my god, the Bitcoin is dropping. I don't know, maybe I have a brain damage, fellas. Maybe I need some kind of mental therapy, but for me, everything is just like normal. I don't know why. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe I like to throw my money into the fire and just like don't care anymore. but yeah. And also, I like those trading gurus, or let's just say crypto gurus on X, that everybody's just like screaming that, what, altcoin season coming soon, altcoin season coming soon. And when the altcoin season is going to start kicking in, eventually they'll be right. So, but who wants to bleed through this whole phase of the, like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 years in a row? We need to look for a better opportunities. When is the best time to jump into a buy, you know? What about Bitcoin dominance? Who cares about Bitcoin dominance? No offense, but I just don't like the Bitcoin dominance. Who cares? We try to analyze Bitcoin dominance for how long? Let's just double check before I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Yeah, like nothing. Altcoins are doing nothing, and I don't know how to analyze this thing. I mean, I gave up after analyzing and trying to predict the future of the Bitcoin dominance and the correlation between the altcoin market for 5 times. I just gave up. This is just stupid. If the Bitcoin dominance is going to start dropping, for example, and we're waiting for a promised altcoin season, all right? If I'm seeing right now a probability that the Bitcoin dominance could go lower, so most of the time, it usually indicates that the altcoin is going to start pumping, right? So why the hell I need to look at this indicator? Well, I'm based on the market structure and the explosive patterns. I can jump into a decent projects, into a decent altcoins, and start hunting for a buy long opportunities. So I don't need to look at this correlation between, like, everything is perfectly aligned every single time. You just need more confluence to feel more confident, you know? Just like Bitcoin dominance. Screw Bitcoin dominance. Yeah. Yeah, great. We can also take a look on this one. Ah! Like a clock. Like a clock. Actually, the market structure is pretty decent, and this one was quite respectful. Just Ethereum bleeds against Bitcoin, so maybe we can find a bottom, as we saw here. What do you think, CWO? Who knows? But I do believe that we're gonna consolidate for a while inside this range. So zero thoughts. I tried to analyze those things back in back in April, probably. I'm pretty bad at those correlations. Ethereum versus Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, altcoin season index, fearing greed, whatever that is, liquidity, heat maps, and all of it. I'm pretty bad at those type of things. The market structure is just like, is awesome. It is awesome. Look at those trend lines as an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touch points. Drawdown. How everything, I'm surprised how everything is just like correlates and aligns with all of those things that's happened in the world. We broke this trend line, retest that supply, blit, 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 to the downside. Yeah, sure thing. So what did we learn? If the masses are saying that this cycle Bitcoin is going to reach $170,000, most likely won't going to happen. That is why every single time I was mentioning you guys like secure gains. I wasn't here like farming any views on my channel. I wasn't like growing crazy on YouTube because I never did those stupid promises. Maybe just a bit on my thumbnails, but I never tried to, oh my god, if this patterns plays out, we're gonna reach this and the $200,000. So I can't do that. It's just like, I just can't. And yeah, Ethereum, Solana looks great based on the market structure, trend lines, trading strategy works perfect on the Bitcoin, Solana and ETH. So I'm pretty happy. We shifted, we were trading based on a bullish scenario, bullish market structure, and bullish setups. Right now, we're just going to shift simply into the bearish mode, and we're going to try to be more cautious, and we're going to try to wait for those, like basically trading whenever the price is going to trigger that supply or resistance, then you can start opening your short position. So that is pretty good. And all right, I'm not a top G. Come on, fellas. I'm just a random geek online that does a lot of things for free because I just don't care. Can you imagine? I'm dancing in front of you for about how long? How long? For about hour and where's my timer? Hour and whatever. Hour and 10 minutes almost, and had like a 13 likes. It's disgraceful. It is disgraceful, fellas. I need to rethink this whole thing of doing those live streams, you know? Well, unfortunately, on Ethereum, I won't be surprised if we're printing something quite juicy here. That sharp, another falling knife pattern. Of course, it cannot be that accurate, but because I don't have a base, but descending trend, quite clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 5 touch points in the road. So yeah, looking forward actually of, if this is our supply and demand, looking forward of triggering something, and who knows. This is just my educated guess. All right, fellas, that's a wrap. And yeah, peace out. I'm gonna work. I'm on my whale room right now, dropping that masterclass and trading strategies, all of the data sets I need to upload it. And yeah, fellas, peace out, stay safe, don't be greedy, always secure your gains. If you're invested into a Bitcoin or Ethereum at those all-time highs, congratulations. Just right now, bleed, and this is your fault. This is your fault. Because you're investing like a random average person that goes into the altcoin, or let's just say in the Bitcoin, tries to invest when it's sitting at the all-time highs, which is absolutely insane and stupid. I never understood that, and I don't respect people who are not being consistent inside this game, and then after they lose, they're asking me for something in return, some kind of knowledge. They want to be more, I don't know, secured, or they want to be more confident for me to say that the Bitcoin right now is going to start bouncing back up. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. But in conclusion, no one knows. Even I don't. So I'm not a god. I do mistakes all the time. And yeah, that is it. Peace out.